Good afternoon, students. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to start a new chapter, that is circle. First session of this chapter. I'm going to solve today the questions from your exercise 10.1. So before starting exercise, something related to circle we should discuss. So let's consider that it is a circle, and this is the center of the circle named as O. This is the line segment PQ. This is a line segment PQ here. This is the first figure, first diagram or first figure. The second figure is also a circle having center as O and a line segment P and Q. This point is A and this point is B. This is diagram 2 or figure 2. And third figure is circle. This is a point O, point P and point Q, and this point is point A. So three figures are there. Clear? So in figure number 1, the line PQ and the circle, it has no common point, because line PQ and circle, the two did not touch to each other. The circle and PQ line segment do not touch each other. That means there is no common point between the line PQ and the circle, and in this case PQ is called the non-intersecting line, as it does not intersect, it is not intersecting with the circle. That means PQ is the non-intersecting line. That means there is no relation between line PQ and circle. There is no relation between line PQ and the circle. In this case, PQ is said to be non-intersecting line with respect to the circle. In this case, this line is called non-intersecting line because it is not intersecting with the circle. The line PQ, it is not intersecting with the circle, therefore it is called non-intersecting line in figure 1. In second figure, there are two common points between line PQ and the circle. There is two common point between the line PQ and the circle. The common points are A and B, because here line PQ is intersecting with the circle, and as the line PQ is intersecting with the circle, so it is making two common points, which is A and B. That means here the line PQ is called secant of the circle. Here line PQ is called the secant of the circle. Therefore here in this case the line PQ will be termed as secant of the circle. That means a secant has two common points with the circle. A secant has two common points with the circle. Next, in third figure, there is only one common point. There is only one common point between the line PQ and the circle, and the common point is A. The common point is A. The line PQ is actually just touches the circle. The line PQ is actually touches the circle at point A. Clear? And only there is one common point between line PQ and the circle, and this line, therefore PQ termed is tangent of the circle. The line PQ here termed is tangent to the circle or tangent of the circle. Here line PQ will be termed as tangent of the circle because it just touches the circle at point A, and there is only one common point between line PQ and the circle, which is A. So in case of non-intersecting line, there is no common point. In figure 1, line PQ is called non-intersecting line. That means there is no common point. Number of common point is 0 in case of non-intersecting line in figure 1. In case of figure 2, line PQ is termed as secant of the circle, and in second there is two common point between line PQ and the circle, which is A and B. And in third figure there is only one common point, that is A, between line PQ and the circle, which is termed as tangent to the circle. Clear? So this is the concept of tangent, secant and non-intersecting line. Next we will discuss tangent. Next we will discuss tangent to the circle thoroughly. So make a heading, that is tangent to the circle. Tangent to the circle. So this is a circle, center is O. O is the center of the circle, and a line segment PQ just touches the circle at one point, which is termed as A. This is P and this is Q, and this is the radius of the circle. OP is the radius of the circle. Now tangent to a circle, which is what is tangent? What is the tangent? Tangent to a circle is a line. Tangent to a circle is a line that intersects the circle at only one point. That is the tangent. So what is tangent? It is a line that intersects only one point to the circle. So tangent to a circle, is a line that intersects the circle at only one point. That is the tangent. That means it is a line, but it intersects the circle at only one point, that is A point. In the diagram wise, the point is A, the common point is A, and here the point A, this point is termed as point of contact. This A point is termed as point of contact. That means here the tangent and the circle meets. This term, it is the point A is termed as point of contact, and it is the common point between the circle and the tangent. It is the common point between the circle and the tangent, and at point A, that means at point of contact, the tangent touches the circle. At point of contact or at point A, the tangent touches the circle. That is all about tangent to the circle. Yeah. Next, you have, in this exercise, in this session, only there is one theorem that we should discuss. So only one theorem is there, and in exercise 10.2 there is also one theorem, but that will be discussed in the next session. So only first theorem that will be utilized for doing question 3 and question 4, that will be discussed today. So that is the first theorem of circle chapter, theorem 1. So what is the theorem? The theorem is that the tangent at any point of a circle, if we are drawing a tangent at any point of a circle, the tangent should be perpendicular to the radius of the point of contact. The tangent at any point of a circle, it is perpendicular to the radius through the point of contact. That is the theorem. So the theorem is the tangent at any point, of a circle, the tangent at any point of a circle is perpendicular, the tangent at any point of a circle is perpendicular to the radius, throughout the point of contact. That is the theorem. The tangent at any point of a circle is perpendicular to the radius throughout the point of contact. That means if suppose this is the circle, and this is the tangent, it is termed as point Y and it is X. This is the center of the circle O, So if this is the circle, if xy is the tangent, drawn at point P, that means P is the point of contact. If xy is the tangent drawn at point P, and the P is called the common point, and O is the center of the circle, then by this theorem we can say that OP is perpendicular to xy. OP is perpendicular to xy. That means the radius OP will be perpendicular to the tangent, that is xy. So if this is perpendicular, this angle is 90 degree. This angle is 90 degree. So just here named is point Q. So by that theorem we can say that tangent at any point of a circle is perpendicular to the radius throughout the point of contact. So by that theorem, if O is the center of the circle, xy is the tangent drawn at point P, and OP is the radius, therefore OP will be perpendicular to the tangent, that is OP will be perpendicular to xy. That is the theorem. Clear? Now what is the conclusion of this theorem? What is the conclusion of this theorem? Number one conclusion is we can conclude by this theorem, we can conclude that at any point on a circle, there can be only one tangent. At any point on a circle, there can be only one tangent. Suppose you are drawing a circle and you are taking this point. Suppose this point. So with this point you can draw only one tangent. Not more than one tangent can be drawn. At any point on a circle, only one tangent can be drawn. That is the first conclusion. Only one tangent can be drawn at any point on a circle. That is the first conclusion. Number two is that the line OP is actually the radius. The line OP, this is the first conclusion. Second conclusion is that the line OP is actually the radius. O is the center and P is the point of contact or common point between the circle and the tangent. So OP is actually the radius, and sometimes this OP is called normal to the circle. Sometimes this OP line sometimes is called normal to the circle, as this is perpendicular over xy. That means sometimes OP, which is radius actually for a circle, it is sometimes termed as normal to the circle. That is the two conclusion we have from this theorem. Clear? So that is the theory part for this exercise, and now we will move to sums given in exercise 10.1. So first question. First question from exercise 10.1, question number 1. Question number 1 says, how many tangents can a circle have? How many tangents? A tangents can have infinite. A circle can have infinite tangents. A circle can have infinite tangents. Why infinite tangents? Because the theorem was, the conclusion of the theorem was that if a circle, suppose this is a point on a circle, and with this point we can draw only one tangent. If we have a fixed point over circle, so with that fixed point we can draw only one tangent. But on circle there are numerous fixed points. Suppose this is a fixed point, 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 this is a fixed point. So you can draw as many tangents, because a circle has numerous fixed points over its entire surface, and only one tangent can be drawn with that fixed point. With only one fixed point we can draw only one tangent. So a circle has numerous fixed points, that means you can have numerous tangents. That means a circle have infinite number of tangents. The number of tangents are not fixed, so your answer will be infinite number of tangents. Clear? Next question number 2, fill in the blanks. First is a tangent to a circle intersects it. A tangent to a circle intersects it in dash points. Tangent intersects only one point. Tangents to a circle always intersects in one point. That means it will be exactly 1 point. Exactly 1 point. Number 2, a line intersecting a circle in 2 points is called, a line intersecting a circle in 2 points, it is called secant. Because what was the secant? If this is the circle, this is the center of the circle, there is the line segment PQ, it is intersecting at A and point B. So the line segment PQ intersects the circle at 2 points. So there is 2 common point A and B, which is called as secant. So it says that 2 points intersecting at 2 points, that means it will be secant. The line segment PQ will be secant. So if intersecting points, if number of intersecting point is 2, the line segment will be secant. If number of intersecting point is 1, that will be termed as tangent, and if there is no intersecting point, that will be termed as non-intersecting line. Question number 3. A circle can have dash parallel tangents at the most. A circle can have dash parallel tangents at most. The answer is 2. A circle can have 2 parallel tangents. At most means maximum. At the most means maximum. At the most means maximum. So a circle can have maximum 2 parallel tangents. Number 4. The common point of a tangent to a circle and the center is called. Common point of a tangent to a circle and the center is called point of contact. It is called point of contact. Point of contact. It is called point of contact. Next, question number 3. Question number 3 says a tangent PQ at a point P of a circle radius 5 cm meets a line through a center O at a point Q, so that OQ equal to 12 cm, length PQ is 4 options are given. So at first draw the diagram first. Question number 3. Question number 3 says a tangent PQ at a point P of a circle. So we need to draw a circle first. So draw a circle. Tangent PQ at a point P. So tangent is PQ at a point P. So suppose this is the tangent and this is the tangent. So you will use pencil and ruler and compass also to draw the circle perfectly. A tangent PQ at a point P of a circle of radius 5 cm meets a line through the center O. That means center O. Center is O. Center is O and radius given 5 cm. Radius given 5 cm. So this is the radius. It is 5 cm given. Okay, tangent PQ at a point P. So tangent is drawn at a point P of a circle. So this is the point P. This is the point P, and tangent is named as PQ. Tangent is named as PQ. So this is Q. This is Q, and it says that OQ is 12 cm. OQ is 12 cm. So this is OQ. So length of OQ given, it is 12 cm. Now we have to find out the length of PQ. That means this length, we should find this length PQ. That means as the theorem is that the theorem is that OP is perpendicular to XY. If this is the point X, this is the point Y. Suppose this is the X and this is Y point. So the theorem was that OP is perpendicular to XY. That is the theorem. That means the angle is 90 degree. If this angle is 90 degree, that means this triangle is a right angle triangle. So we can easily apply Pythagoras formula or Pythagoras theorem, because Pythagoras theorem only applicable to right angle triangle. So apply Pythagoras theorem to triangle OPQ and get the value of PQ. Now write, applying Pythagoras theorem, applying Pythagoras theorem to triangle OPQ. So what was the theorem? The theorem was hypotenuse square equals to height square plus base square. That is the theorem. So hypotenuse here is OQ. So OQ square, hypotenuse square equal to height OP square plus base, that is PQ. So PQ square. Now OQ is given as 12. So 12 square. OP given as 5, that is the radius, 5 square, plus PQ, we do not know what is PQ. So 12 square is 144, 5 square is 25, that is PQ square. Now PQ square will be 144 minus 25. That means PQ square will be 144 minus 25, that is 9341. So 119. Therefore PQ will be root over 119. That means option is D. This is the correct answer. Root 119 centimeter will be the correct answer. Clear? So that's the way of approach. Clear? Next, last question from this exercise, question number 4. Next, question number 4. Question number 4 is that draw a circle and two lines parallel to a given line such that one is a tangent and the other a secant to the circle. Okay, so we need to draw a circle first and two lines parallel to the given line, two lines that will be the parallel to the given line, such that one is a tangent and the other a secant. Okay, so we need to draw a circle first. Question number 4, we need to draw a circle. At first we need to draw a circle, and suppose the center is O, that is the center is O, and it says that draw a circle and two lines parallel to a given line. We have to draw two lines that is parallel to the given line, and among them one is tangent and other will be the secant. We have to draw two lines that will be parallel, that will be the parallel to each other, and between two lines one is tangent and other is secant. So tangent means it touches the circle exactly at one point, that is the tangent. So question 4, so if suppose this is the tangent because it touches exactly at one point, so write tangent, right here tangent, it is tangent, clear. And the second line will be secant, and that is the parallel to the tangent. The second line will be the secant and that will be the parallel to the tangent. Second line would be the secant and that is the parallel to the tangent, and the secant should cut the or should intersect the circle at 2 points. So that is the secant, that's where this is the one intersecting point, that is the two intersecting point, because secant has two intersecting point when it enters the circle or cuts the circle. So A and B, let the point is A and B. So this is the secant, this is the secant, this is the secant the circle, and this is the line, this is the line, this is the line, this is the line, suppose it is L. So this is the line, this is tangent, it has only exactly one point with the circle. This is the secant, it has exactly 2 points with the circle, and the line, it does not intersect with the circle. So number of common point is 0, it is non-intersecting line. So this is the diagram, a circle, two parallel lines to a given line such that one is tangent and the other a secant to the circle, clear. So that is the diagram. So question exercise 10.1 is complete. So in the next session we will solve the next exercise. Thank you.